Okay people, welcome back to the Man Cave. Question, what is better than an RX-78-2 version 2 RG model? Or hopefully the Fat Cat version, 1100. Let's see if it is. Okay, so the Fat Cat 1100 version of the RX-78-2. This is supposed to be a bit of a direct copy of the Bandai version of the RG at 1144. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm excited about it. I've seen a couple of other people having made it, and yeah, it's exciting. I got mine from Gunpla. I ordered it online. It only took 2 days to come. It was one of them things where I thought it was going to be a bit longer, to be honest. But I've ordered 2 things from Gunpla so far, and both of them have come really, really quickly, and I've been impressed with the way that this was packaged. It had a load of these different black bits on the edge of the packaging, and it was put inside another box, wrapped up, and it came to me. It's absolutely pristine. So not affiliated with them at all, but really happy with the service I've got from them, really happy with the delivery, and I can't fault the way they're packaging things, so that's really wicked. So let's get on with the unboxing. Let's see what we get in the actual box itself. Move that across like that. So we've got a set of sprues with armour bits on and what looks like the rocket launcher. A set of see-through type pink bits, which what looks like blast pieces, and we've got sets of hands. Yep, shield and foot bits, all the red parts of the model. Some white bits of armour and the shield on there. Grey bits are some of the shoulders and bits and pieces of arms, to be fair. Very, very similar looking to the RG, and I know that this is pretty much a direct copy of it. So that's exciting. More of the bits of armour and other bits of makeup of the actual frame itself. More bits of the actual internal frame. Some of the bits for the actual bazookas, so they look like the actual rocket launcher. Blue bits for the armour, for the chest armour and bits. The yellow bits including the vents. That all looks really, really clean and very well done. More bits of frame for the leg work. Looking at that, they look to be, they're the same thing, but effectively copied. Yeah, 2B frames basically. So I think this is some of the alternative weapon systems, to be fair. This actually comes with some really cool and different weaponry. So there's that, and then that's the inner frame part of like the shield and other bits and pieces. It does come with a sticker decal sheet. So metal stickers and shiny stickers there, and then they might be water decals, which is really cool if they are. If they're water decals, I'm mega happy. And then we've got the instruction manual. So that gives us our sprues and what we should have within the kit. We've got instructions, which to me look very similar to the actual ones for the RG. I'll dig the RG instructions out and I'll show you and maybe do a bit of a comparison with them. Into the weapon side, and then at the back we've got our placements for the actual decals, and then a little bit of a well, it's like a colouring in page, to be fair. That looks really cool. So yeah, let's build that one, see what it looks like. I'll do a time lapse of each kind of section, and I'll let you know what I think of it as I'm building it. But really high hopes for this. This looks really good quality. Let's go. Okay, so just a quick one while I get set up. I have got the original RG instruction manual for the RX-78-2 version 2.0, and this is the Fat Cat version. If you put them side by side, these are identical. I don't know how they've got away with that, in all honesty. I would have thought that was a bit of a no-no, but effectively it's a completely identical instruction set. So I haven't looked through all the pages, but from literally the first page, it all follows on exactly, and even the diagrams, to be fair, look ridiculously similar. Even the font. There's a bit of a change there where obviously they've put body unit and then somebody's put body uni. But maybe that's how they've got away with it there. Don't know, but interesting. Let's crack on, let's get it built. Okay, first stage done, so part of the chest made, really good. Quality of the actual plastic is mega, undergating is perfect as well. You can't see any nubs on this whatsoever at this point. Yeah, absolutely brilliant, to be fair. Now, the only thing I would say is some things go together pretty stiff, so it takes a little bit more focused energy to get things together. But other than that, yeah, fine so far. Going to keep it short then. Onto the core fighter next. Hopefully a working core fighter and a core block. So that should be cool. Okay, so core fighter done. Really cool, to be fair. So this little canopy opens and shuts. That pushes into there like that. Transformation wise, this flips underneath like so. That then comes forward and that goes in like that. And then these bits fold in. And then that is your core block, which is really, really cool. So just reversing that out, those two open up. This bit you push in and then bring that tail section up. And then this bit folds out like that. Then you've got your core fighter. If you want to open up your canopy, you pull the canopy up like that, and you pull that part out, push back, push down, push across, and then put them together. Yeah, and that's ready to be the core block. So on to the next part. This looks like we're finishing off the torso, so let's get this bit done. Okay, so bottom part of the torso is made. Obviously the core fighter is there as a core block now. And we've got the top part, and we're going to put all these together now. So it looks like we pull that forward to that position. We then take the core fighter orientated round that way and then place that into there like so. And then we are going to put this part into here. Like so. So that clicks in place. That bit clips it, he says. Yeah, that bit clips it into place there on the back. So that clips in, and then this part should open up from there, push that bit into the chest like that, and then put that bit there. And that is our finished core. Very, very cool. Yep, enjoyed that. That was wicked. So we will move on to what looks like the head. Okay, so head made. Mega little piece, to be fair. It feels exactly the same as the RG version in respect that everything is hidden in the head cuts except for the two cuts that you've got to make on the back here. Now everything does snip really well with this. Plastic quality does feel really good, and that look just like that is just the iconic 782 look. So I chose not to put the stickers on. Completely up to you if you want to do that, to be fair, but I didn't do it. I quite like the way that everything looks just as it is in plastic. But on to the next stage. I think it's going to be the arms or something next. I will take you through it. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so step 5 done and backpack created. Really nice fit and sort of finish really as it goes into the build with the rest of it. A couple of areas where they are picking up nub marks over is one there, and there's a couple on these bits. So not quite as undergated as some of the other areas is the honest answer, but I don't think it detracts from it. I still think it looks really, really cool, to be fair. So we're going to crack on onto the waist unit by the look of it, and we'll get that done, the waist and skirt armour. Okay, so lower part of the armour built. Everything fits together quite tightly within the grey section to the bits from sort of F, A and I think B as well. So that is quite stiff, quite hard to do, but it all goes together really nicely, to be fair. In respect of the undergating here is really good, and it just looks really crisp, to be fair. So for what this bit is, when you're trying to get together all these little bits, being that little bit more difficult, to be honest, once you get past that bit and you start putting the outer armour on, it does get loads easier, and it looks smart. So I'm going to put the two of them together. And again, everything seems to fit quite tightly, quite snugly. None of it's loose, which I think is a good thing, because I think generally everything wears loose in the end, but that's, yeah, really snug, really tight. Really like the detail that's in that, and yeah, like the proportions of it that sit next to the RG version. This looks like a clone completely. So we'll go on. I think we're on to the arm units next, so we'll build them up and see what they look like. Okay, arms and shoulder pads made. Yeah, just everything fits together really well. Bit stiff. There is a special little tool that you use to be able to push the plastic arm, I suppose, together where the elbow is effectively. It's really stiff to get it in, so this is really handy to just sort of put on it and then push that into the joint and then create that elbow bend. But you know, yeah, it's just absolutely mega. Detail's really good. The only thing that's a bit rubbish is that on these open hand fingers, they've put the gate on the end of the fingers, and I think that's just going to show up loads. But other than that, everything's quite well undergated, to be fair. And just the level of detail is just amazing. So what we'll do is pop these onto the actual model. I'll show you what they look like when they are on. Is the other one in place. Detail is just brilliant on it. Articulation is really good. Movability of these is really decent. It is quite stiff, but I don't think that's a bad thing at this point. It's stiff, but it still moves into place quite nicely. It should hold its poses really well on this one. So yeah, really impressed. Onto the legs. And then we'll see. I think we've got weapons and stuff to make after that, but yeah, really starting to take shape, really. Yeah, I just love the fact it's just a bigger version of the RG. It looks absolutely mega. Right, that's one of the legs made and done. You can make both of these side by side, but the honest answer is it's quite a lengthy process. Some of the bits are quite hard to get together as well, in all honesty. So with bits of the feet, they are quite tight when you're putting those bits together. I would just say be careful, make sure you're following the instructions about which part goes in which. I did not quite make a mistake about which one to put in first, but when it came to putting this white section in on the top, it's just there's like an optimal time to do that, and it was just, I did it wrong effectively on the first one. I got it right on the second. It was loads easier, to be fair. So that's brill. The section that is the internal plastic bit for the knee is quite hard, or I found it quite hard to locate into the top section and into the bottom section. But it's in now and it's working, and the actual, well, the majority of the movement is really good. I'm not sure why that is coming off each time. Oh no, it's like an open hatch gimmick. Ah, okay, didn't realise that. That is a bit of an open hatch to allow you to move the foot a bit further, but no, that's fine. So click that back in place. Yeah, colour separation good between the two areas. Everything generally is really nice. Okay, so both legs done. Let's get this onto the model and get the model complete. That looks ace. That went on okay. The trickiest bit is still this knee bit. Putting that in is a bit of a pain in the backside, but other than that, that is complete and done. Let's get the weapons done, shield done. There's quite a few little bits of different weapons and stuff on this one, which is quite cool. So I'll get that done and I'll showcase it all to you. Okay, so thoughts then, having built the Fat Cat version of the RX-78-2 2.0 version, it is pretty much a direct copy, pretty much, of the RG. It's bigger, which makes it a bit bolder. For me, it's kind of, I think it's the best version of the RX-78 in all honesty. Size-wise, it's perfect. It's obviously not as big as a 160. It is a true sort of 1/100 scale Gundam, but it's absolutely perfect level of detail versus size, really. Weapons-wise, it comes with a massive array of weapons. So you've got everything from a large pole with a big energy burst on the end, 2 bazookas. So if one bazooka wasn't enough, 2 whole bazookas, which is really, really cool. You can get some decent poses out of it. Then you've got the assault rifle, but not only the standard assault rifle, you've got a canister that goes underneath it with like a rocket launcher in it, which is just that little bit different, that little bit diverse. And then to add on to the top of that, you've got this cool ball and chain type system where you've got 2 different types of spiky ball, one with sort of what I would call moderate spikes, and the other one with some absolutely crazy sort of big spiky jaggedy bits on. It's absolutely mega. It just makes it a little bit different, to be honest, and it's a bit different from anything else I've seen from the Bandai stuff. You might be able to get some of these extra weapons within some of the other action kits and weapons accessory kits, but I've never seen them, is the honest answer. It's the first time I've seen something like that on a model like this, and I kind of really enjoy that variety, if I'm honest. Hands, you've got the open set of hands, closed set of hands, trigger set of hands, and then you've got fist ones. So the difference between a normal sort of closed and a fist one is a closed hand you can put an item like the beam saber and stuff in. The full closed ones are full fists. The only negative I've got with the hands is that the actual ones with the open hands have just got the gates in a weird area where you can kind of see where the gate was, even though I've kind of filed it down. I'm not the best at filing it down, but I have filed it down and you can still kind of see it, which is a bit annoying. But in general, there's plenty of hands and plenty of versatility to be had there, to be fair. So that's cool. With the kit, big positive versus the RG is it comes with water slide decals as standard, and I love them. Like, this is definitely the standard that the RG should be aiming to. Water slides all the way, get rid of them god awful stickers. It makes the kit look that much better. So I'm going to show you a video of the kit where it's had no detailing, no Gundam markers and no transfers, and then I'm going to show you the kit where it's been marked up and it's been transferred. And I think, so well, I don't know what it's going to look like on video, but in real life that difference in detail is just massive, and it just brings this actual model to life a little bit more with them water slide decals on. I mean, I wouldn't say they're tedious, but it's a long process to put the water slides on. Once you get into the habit of doing it, it's not too bad, but it's a long process, so fair warning with that. But the actual results, far better than the stickers. It doesn't look like a toy anymore, it looks like a scaled down model, and that's exactly what you want from your Gundam, to be fair. Markers wise, I've used the grey on the white panels or the lighter panels. I've used black on the red and the blue paneling. And then I've used the brown on the yellow accents and yellow panels. There's minimal bits of yellow, to be fair, but it just does look that little bit better in the brown, and it kind of complements it. I've put on the majority of the transfers that I've got. I'm happy with how that looks in general. The system for it was quite easy, to be fair. I tend to use Mr. Mark Setter to put that on, which I find quite easy to use and find the whole process not too bad, to be fair. It's just a bit fiddly because some of them are really, really tiny. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Then you've got, as an extra to the weapons, you have 2 core fighters. One that you can use as a core model on its own, and then the other core fighter fully working, not just a core block like you've got within the RG, is a full core fighter itself, and that one's inside the model as well, which is wicked. So there's a lot of positives there, and I know I've gushed about it for a little bit. The only negative I've got with it is some of the bits when you're trying to get them together are quite hard to do. Now, a bit of a disclaimer, I broke my hand probably about 7 weeks ago now, so I'm still struggling a little bit to get some of the stuff that's harder together. But I would suggest that if you have got problems with your hands, like let's say you're old and you've got arthritis or it's other issues with your hands, or you struggle with dexterity, there is going to be some points in this where you find it really hard, like putting some of the ankle bits together was a bit of a pain. Putting the knee section in the legs together was a bit of a pain. But in all, I love the fact that it's just that little bit more scaled up and it's just that little bit bigger. It's fractionally less fiddly than the RG. So for most people, this is just a solid recommendation. Absolute. Go and get it. Don't worry that it's not Bandai. Sometimes, I worried that bootleg ones, or call it bootleg, or third party, or copies, or clones, or whatever you want to call it, would be inherently rubbish in some way. I'm on the fence of saying this is better than the RG. I think it is better than the RG. There's nothing wrong with the plastics. Plastics are all good. Yeah, I think this is better than the RG. I actually think this is probably, other than the PG Unleashed, this is probably one of the best ones I've put together, to be fair, and it is a solid recommendation. I think I paid £45 for this from Gunpla Son, plus the shipping. I think it came out about £52, £53, and yeah, I'm happy with that. It's roughly the same price as you would pay for one of the other models I've got, which is the RG-78-2 version 3.0, which is like arguably, depending on who you talk to, the better version of the RX-78. I'm going to build one of them soon, so I will do a comparison between the two, but this is kind of my favourite version of the RX-78. Prove me wrong. Tell me there's another. Show me there's another. I am looking at the Origin and a couple of other bits and pieces, but so far this is just absolutely mega. So not to labour the point anymore then, if you've got this far in the video, just thank you very, very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could hit that like button, that just shows me that what I'm doing is worthwhile and that you're enjoying it. It really does me a massive favour, to be fair. It tells YouTube that what I'm doing isn't completely rubbish. If you've got any comments about the video, please do put them down below. I do engage in the comment section, so if you guys got any questions about the kit, you're not sure about something, ask me, no problem at all. I'll speak to you about that. And then if you are interested in this kind of talk, this kind of interaction, this kind of model talk, this is what I effectively do. I have got quite a lot of videos now. There's over 20 that are on the channel on various things. I cover Lego, die-cast cars, effectively like I've got a big model build that I'm doing. I will cover Warhammer stuff as well eventually when I get around to it, and quite a lot of Gunpla. So if you're into that, I'd say subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll get told when I release another video. I am releasing videos probably twice a week, if not 3 times a week at the minute, depending on what's going on. And I've got a couple of ongoing series which might be of interest to you. So check out the other stuff on the channel if you want. I hope you guys are okay. I do hope you're managing to get some modelling done. And just look after yourselves. Take care, and I'll see you soon.